Hello, my dear chess friends. I welcome you in the course Black Repertoire for Ambitious Chess Improvers Fighting 1 E4. I'm really happy to see you. This course have been prepared and endorsed together with Grandmaster Dula Pap. It was in the work without breaks for over a year. It was a massive project, and I would like also to thank you for purchasing it, for trusting our repertoire, for trusting these lines. And also, I want to say thank you. The part of you who have been there already for the first course, which was 1D4 for Ambitious Chess Improvers, it's exactly because of you and your feedback and your all the 4 messages, this course was decided to be created. So there is your input there as well. First of all, I would like to also mention that I've been very close to the topic of the E45 myself personally in my chess career because I used to play French for many years, and okay, normally we know that in French we're getting pretty closed or semi-closed positions, and for example, E5 line, yeah, also the C5. And also, I've been playing the Caro-Kann. There, you're getting also many interesting positions, also some kind of reversed Carlsbad structure also there. So, yeah, and also advanced variation. So pretty much the positions are closed in comparison to E4, E5. And for that reason, maybe I was more of a player who was playing these closed lines, considering I am also 1D4 player myself. And well, at some moment, we decided with my coach that it was time for me to switch because we saw that I was actually struggling in open positions, and it was not because of it was not connected to the opening, because even though I was starting playing some opening, I could get some open positions, some chaotic positions, some positions which require more calculation, and where all the pieces are playing. I was struggling there, and I was having these issues. So that was one of the reasons why we started switching to the 1E45, and for that I needed some good repertoire. And it was again a question which one to get. And as previous 1D4 for Ambitious Chess Improvers, which is also my repertoire, honestly to say, I use most of the lines. Okay, some of the lines I'm not using from that course, but most of the lines I am playing myself when I'm playing over the board tournaments. Like, for example, I used to play like European Women Championships. This year I will also play European Women Championship, where I plan to use this repertoires, both of them. Maybe some games for prizes, who knows, but generally, why not? And yeah, now I switched to 1E45, and I'm testing already this repertoire in the over-the-board tournaments for already quite some time. I don't even remember, but at least last year, I was playing it, and I like it. I like it definitely. I like the switch. It was a bit unusual, definitely, as someone who was playing the French Caro-Kann. But definitely it was worth it, because I was getting a lot of very good positions against very strong players. That's why I really love E45 now, and I think that it's really a good way to also improve yourself as a player, because you're learning all these open positions, and you're ready to play them not only in the opening, but also if at some moment the position gets open, you're not getting scared, because the principles which are working for 1E45, they can be working also in some other positions. So it actually improves you as a player, and you're becoming more diverse, not only playing closed or semi-closed positions, but also ready to play open positions. So first, I would like to say why actually 1E45, and generally, as I already mentioned in Pick Inside, but I would like to highlight that the main point is, of course, that after E4, we want to fight on the same ground with white. We are also replying in the classical way with E5. We're gaining space in the center. We're not giving white space advantage, any kind of center game, and we want just to fight. We want to fight. So definitely that's why it's pretty much important. And yeah, of course, as I mentioned, the learning it really helps you to grow as a chess player and um, grow generally in different positions, not only in the openings. Repertoire, which we have specifically ours, is pretty much a fighting one and practical. So in this repertoire, it allows basically for you to dictate the game and the game's direction, because we have a very interesting approaches. So first of all, against such openings like King's Gambit, we're accepting it, and after knight h3, we are not going for something like g5, something crazy, but we're playing with bishop e7. We're going for Cunningham defense, and we're getting very interesting positions. So some surprises already there. Then, okay, let's say against Vienna game, we also have a very interesting line, but it's pretty long to show. You're going to also find it in the course. So, for example, against Gambit, we are not going for them. Or let's say, for example, I'm briefly showing this Gambit. Yeah, we are not accepting. We don't need to accept the Gambits. About the other openings, of course, in basically the main concept of the course was to create some kind of a way for us to go for more rare moves to gain more surprises. And as well as in the first course, this doesn't mean that we are going for some dubious moves. We're not going for dubious moves, but we're rather going for some rare, more unexplored lines to give your opponent this element of surprise, first of all. And of course, all these lines were thoroughly analyzed. So it's not that we go for some dubious line and then we are going to be worse. No, this was all very nicely analyzed and confirmed. So that it's all really working out. Against, for example, Italian, let's show it quickly on the board. So knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. We go for this knight f6. Yeah, so we are fighting. We don't want to play bishop c5. We don't want to go for this calm positions and like just. But we want to fight. We want to fight. And already in the next move, we're starting to go for d5. So after d3, we have this line of d5 and immediately asking questions for white. So we are dictating the game. And even though, of course, this d5 maybe not like the top move, but we made it work. And it's very, very interesting. Against, for example, Scotch for knights also. Let's look at this very briefly, like knight c3, knight f6. And for example, this bishop b5, we're going for bishop d6. Yes, it looks like an awkward move, but actually it's not awkward at all because we're defending the pawn. We are threatening to castle, bring the rook to e8, and we are going to remaneuver the position. So these actually two examples are pretty interesting. In Italian, we had a completely open, or not completely, but pretty much open position. In the Scotch game, we're going to have a lot of remaneuvering and a bit maybe more slow game, but very careful. And at some moment, it's going to get very dynamic. So I think that's also very important in this course that we are having this, that always we have this this feeling that at some moment there could be something what is going to happen right now, and for that we have to be actually ready. So besides that, the uniqueness of the course is pretty much in these interesting variations, and not that we are going for some dubious tricks, but rather that this all lines are confirmed, analyzed together with my coach, Grandmaster Dulapap. He made sure it's all correct. And the other focus of our course is to play different kind of positions. This concept we already took from the first course. We wanted to learn to play different kind of positions, so we not only have a repertoire, not only opening repertoire, but also we want to improve our play as a player. Not only the first part, but we want to improve our play later in the middle game. Getting a great position in the opening is awesome, but how are you going to continue? And for that, this understanding is super important, very, very important. And for that reason, we definitely can use this course. Also, I think one of the most important concepts in this course is the whole relations between the time, which we have, like tempo, the material, which we give up a lot of times. A lot of times we play without a pawn. A lot of times we have a bad pawn structure, but we have super active pieces or bishop pair. Then sometimes we sacrifice pieces for an attack, so this definitely happens. And time, definitely, we show how time is actually important. So we sacrifice a pawn, and let's say we begin a lead in the development and getting awesome positions with that. And yeah, so understanding of this material, time, and development. So this is very, very important, especially in the open positions. And yeah, basically, active play and sacrifices are not rare in this course. So once you bought this course, of course, the other question which you're asking is how actually to study it. And I would recommend you to study this course like a book. So there is a book, you start reading it from the first page and going to the last. So from first chapter to the last chapter. Why? The thing is that it's better to start with those which you would say more rare and unusual openings. But of course, it's just recommendation. You can of course start from the end. But it's definitely better to start from the beginning. First of all, of course, start with a quick starter. There is a quick starter romantic or rare lines. We have quick starter Scotch, we have quick starter Italian, and Ruy Lopez. So in that way, I would recommend you to start to learn the course. First, you study quick starter, romantic lines, let's say. Then, okay, not let's say, but first romantic lines, then Scotch, then Italian, then Ruy Lopez. The reason of this order, and in this order, we have also chapters in this course. First 6 chapters are romantic lines, the next 9, I believe, the Scotch, the next 4, I believe, Italian, and 4 or 3 are Ruy Lopez. So the last part is Ruy Lopez. So in that way, first you're going to get familiarized yourself what is going to happen in case your opponent is playing dubious, and how very quickly you can get the advantage as black. Why is it important? And okay, you might say, oh, I will never face these lines. First of all, just to train them, just to learn, for the sake of learning. Yeah, we're gathering here as a community because we want to improve and we want to learn. And for that reason, of course, you can already learn that that line, just to see what is wrong, why this line is not working. And once you're getting these fundamentals of why these lines are bad, then once you're getting into the main lines already, and you mention and you realize, aha, my opponent did some inaccuracy, mistake, and then you find a way how you actually can punish that using your experience from the first chapters. So again, even though you're not going to have those if you're not going to have those games from those chapters, don't worry. You're still learning out of those chapters. And let's not forget, there are many topical ideas from those chapters which are used later. So for that reason, is very, very nice. So please, even though you feel like the line is too long, it will never happen, just study it. Just study it slowly. If you cannot study it at one time, then just divide and study it pretty slowly. But I advise you really not to skip lines and not to skip like some moves which you feel like, okay, they will never be played, like 92, yeah, like 92. okay, for example, yeah, we can say 92 is so rare, but okay, Queen H5, for example, yeah, there is also a course on Queen H5, so that one, it's important, of course, to learn. The good point also is, for example, you studied quick starter, and then, okay, you're starting to study all the lines, and for example, of course, you cannot study all of it in one day, or like and then you start playing after you study the quick starter. So immediately put it in practice. Yeah, immediately in practice. In that way, studying is going to become more interesting. And of course, if you're doing something just studying without practicing, it's not bringing so much fun. And after you practice it, then you can see, hi, I played this line, my opponent replied like this. And then you study that line or that particular chapter, let's say, to see which openings are more commonly played against you then the others. And then you're going to, of course, start studying those chapters. For example, okay, someone played against me, I don't know, the Center game or Belgrade Gambit. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? What is Belgrade Gambit? And I'm going through the chapter and and I know one line from the quick starter, but I don't know all other moves. And then I'm studying like this. So you can study by the book, so immediately just going one by one, or you can also go in this more problematic chapters which you have and then study them more and more. First of all, we have a book in the course, so all the text is written. You have Move Trainer to train the lines, which is of course very important. Secondly, we have also the quick starter, which is made for you to start the playing repertoire quickly. And the third, we have priority lines. Priority lines are designed in order to have more deeper understanding or deeper grab from the course than a quick starter. So basically, priority lines include quick starter plus some more lines. So that's already a bit bigger, but not a full course. So again, if you're not having so much time first to study whole course, obviously you can start with quick starter, then priority lines, and then you can study the whole course slowly and confidently. We're moving to the videos. Videos is also part of the course, as you're watching this video right now. I believe this video is open to every single user who bought this course. So this video is not just for people who bought the course with the video. So I would like also to mention that in videos, there are some lines which I am showing which are not in the course. And I would say the lower rating is, the better or more advisable for you to upgrade to a video. Because in those lines which I'm showing in the video, it, for example, would be some tactic, which maybe for more experienced players would be more understandable. But for someone who is like, oh, but why this move is not working, then they would have, okay, to check with maybe engine quickly, and then, because that tactic is happening. And there I am, of course, showing this. So also some other lines, for example, if the variation have never happened before, because we have quite some novelties in the course. Yeah, we have so many rare moves that the position was, for example, never played before, never tried, or like, for example, 1 or 2 or 5 games. And then we try to go into the most human moves, most human ways. And definitely we cannot cover everything in trainable and clickable. So we're also going into those lines, like, for example, some line which could have happened, but of course it hasn't happened yet, but there is very, very little chance that it happens. Some of these lines are also shown briefly in the videos. In the videos. And basically, yeah, so there are, of course, more insights and, for example, practical ideas, more explanations. So basically a bit some addition to the text. So not just whatever is said in the text, but also some additions and explanations. I recommend to purchase the course with videos, especially like it's a big use till 2100 FIDE rating. So and again, the lower rating, the more preferable is for you to get and purchase the video. But of course, it's your choice. I don't push, but it's just, of course, just to try to help you out to understand if you want or not. And again, let's not forget about the 30-day money-back guarantee. Of course, you can always get. The one more feature about videos, which I would like to highlight, is that at the end of each chapter, I am highlighting the most important moves, the most important ideas or concepts from each chapter. So it means at the end of each video, around 5, or in some longer lines, maybe in some longer chapters, maybe 10 minutes, you're having this summary, which is also quite important. So something what you have to bring out from this chapter, like as something which either played particular in this opening, or it could be also some general ideas. Let's say, for example, in some moments, like at some moments playing like f4, how should we react on f4? Yeah, for example, here, like how should we react on f4 move, take on f4, or pushing d5? So it's like similar concepts I am explaining more in the video and highlighting them one more time after we studied the whole chapter. So I think that's feature which I like and I enjoy the most, because I like this kind of summaries, or it's like small summaries which are showing the most important from the course. So let me tell you that improving and studying 1e4, e5 takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, but it does worth it. It will improve, first of all, okay, you will have a repertoire. It will improve your repertoire. It will improve your chess understanding. You will grow as a chess player. And I'm really looking forward for you studying. I'm also studying it. I'm also playing it. And well, let's play and study it together. Also, I'm looking forward to read your comments in the forum. If you have any question, anything, you can always ask. I think from the previous course, you saw how responsive we were with Dula regarding the conversations with you in the forum. We are going to see if we're going to also have the live sessions, but that's something what we will discuss with you, where we haven't planned yet, but we are going to definitely stay in contact and inform you if there are some live sessions which are going to be planned. So you will know all of those from the forum. So we would love to stay in touch, to keep in touch and communicate with you in case there are some problems, some new ideas, or for example, you don't like something. So all critiques, all good things, bad things, doesn't matter. You're welcome to comment on that in the forum. And of course, 1e4, e5. Let's go and start together right away. What are you waiting for? Thank you so much one more time for being part of this course, for purchasing it, and I am looking forward to see you in all the chapters. So let's go, let's study together and get better with 1e4, e5 together.